Hi everyone, we want to welcome you to a special segment of theREP. I'm Justin French. I'm the Technical Operations Manager here at Red Earth Productions, and I'm joined by...
I'm Lauren French. I'm the Brand and Social Manager with Red Earth Productions.
And as always, I am Megan Wander from the tax office. You will probably know me from tips from TTO.
Yeah. We wanted to do a special segment today with us three because we're part of what is considered the millennial generation today, and we have a lot of different of the age groups represented here.
Yeah.
From Megan, 35, we have 25, and we have 21. I'm still in college, coming out of that, and we wanted to discuss our viewpoint on what's going on today with COVID-19 or the coronavirus.
Yeah, so as we've talked, I know there's a lot of point of views out there, there's a lot of opinions, there's also a lot of facts, and we can say there's a lot of fear out there as well, and we don't want to discount.
No, we don't want to discount the fact that it is happening out there. There are people dying, there are people sick. We don't want to discount that. It's a tragedy of what's going on in today's world.
Number one concern, you want the public health and safety. It's
Absolutely.
top of the list. But when it comes down to it and when you have to filter through everything that's coming out there, nobody knows what's up or down. There's so much information thrown at people so that they don't know what's really meant towards their public health and safety.
Right, we're told to stay home, or you can go to this place, but you can't go to this place. And the fact of the matter is we deal with cold and flu season every year. We deal with viruses every year. We've been dealing with that since really the beginning of time. Spanish flu, swine flu, sickness. It happens every year. So we don't want to discount that at any way, shape, or form.
And suddenly, whenever there's a virus that has a 98% recovery rate,
98%, yes.
it is less lethal. There's a much lower mortality rate with this than even just normal flu, let alone what happened with H1N1, with the swine flu.
Absolutely.
You have to look at the
swine
picture
flu hit every age group too.
Exactly.
So this one is
There wasn't
elderly.
any limitations or what they've seen. It hasn't hit certain age groups or certain things. It's more, they found it more focused in certain others.
Right, exactly. So again, that's a fact that you can put there. So if you are older or you do have a compromised immune system, you know what to do. So when we look at that from a long term, who is being affected by this from a economic standpoint?
Right.
90% of America's businesses, quoted by Trump, is made up of micro businesses and small businesses, which that's who we are. The millennial generation makes up a lot of that business worth in the U.S., and we are being affected by it. And so I think it's something to talk about.
Definitely.
For sure.
The people who make up that whole statistic are the ones that are being told you have to do this, this, and this, and this.
Absolutely.
And don't get answers for themselves outside of health and safety. What am I supposed to do about business? What am I supposed to do about school? What am I supposed to do about my family? What am I supposed to do about all of these things that they have no answers for other than they're told to stay home and you're supposed to deal with it no matter what.
And you're told to wait it out. So into March, right? So Congress came out, they passed what they called the relief package for COVID-19, which was $2 trillion. So we have some statistics, there we go, of what where that money went to, because last week the funding was cut for small businesses and the paper check protection program, right? No more money in that account. We don't know when that's going to be replenished. However, let's find out where $2 trillion went. $75 million of that went to PBS. $25 million went to Congress salaries. Interesting. $25 million went to the Kennedy Center. Really? $350 million went to refugee resettlement.
$350 million can go a long way for a lot of small businesses.
Small businesses, especially when the funding was just cut.
Exactly.
How much of that has to do with the coronavirus?
I'm going to say none of it.
It doesn't seem like any of it has to do with the coronavirus.
What did the coronavirus affected any of that?
None of it went to it. So when we think about our House representatives and our senators, they are portraying on us that they have our best interests. They're telling us to stay home because they want us to stay safe. Those numbers, to me, that's not a reflection of that.
That's $500 million
That's a lot of money, folks.
That's a lot of money.
A lot of money.
And yet we're running out of money. The stimulus packages and the continual work to say we want to support our country keeps running out of money. The loans change every day. The policies change every day.
They do.
And then nothing is forgivable anymore. Nothing that you can apply for relief
is forgivable. So that's something to think of as a small business. When you think about applying for a loan, when you think about getting your federal taxes deferred, that's something to think about because they're going to collect.
Right. And let's look at this before even the where are we as a country getting $2 trillion?
$2 trillion.
I mean, most people can't even, I can't fathom that amount of money.
No, so how many
Where did it just
zeros?
come from?
There are 12 zeros in $1 trillion. My brain can't even fathom that kind of money.
I mean, take
I
a
would
billion
like to see a few
and
zeros.
then times it by $1 billion. That's when you get $1 trillion.
Right. So
That
I
is
mean,
an unfathomable amount of money.
it is, and we just added $2 trillion to the national debt that America. I mean, if we talk about paying back a debt, are we ever going to be able to pay back that debt?
We look at us though in that sense of it. We look at the grand scale, like you said. Are we ever going to be able to pay that back? Where's that coming from? From us. When we look at if we get past this whole thing, and the economic standpoint. You coming out of college,
Right.
we're small business owners, all three of us. How are we supposed to look at it and go, a tax rate's going to go up when our businesses
Unemployment rates.
suffer during all of this, our recovery rate, revenue rate, and everything that they're going to ask of us to repay
And
this back
to
that
repay
was
this
supposed
back.
to
Whenever
support
most-
us in this whole mixed up.
And where most people are already coming out of college in debt. And one thing
Right.
I want to clarify in that, we're not coming at this from, as millennials, from the socialistic standpoint of
Yes,
the
please note
Bernie
that.
Sanders millennial generation. We are not a part of that. We don't want our student debt wiped away. We don't have that thought process.
I want to pay for what I worked for.
Exactly.
Absolutely, we want to go to work, earn a salary that we've worked for. Hardworking goes a long way. Firm believer on that.
We're working towards our own American dream.
Absolutely, yes, that's a great point. When we think of the American dream, we think of you get in there, you work hard, you get promoted, you move up whatever company you choose to work for, or you decide to start a small business. You can do that. But what does that look like long term with this particular situation, with all this money going to PBS? More salaries for Congress. There's a lot of money being utilized that's not going to the American people, and that's kind of what we want to bring to bear. What does this look like long term for small businesses, micro businesses? Because the millennial generation is the biggest generation that walks this planet right now, right?
Yeah, what are we hearing from
We
any
make
of
up the
them?
majority of the workforce, majority
Absolutely.
of people just on, like you said, on Earth today.
On Earth today. So we are going to be discussing this throughout this week and
Yes.
bringing some facts to you. There's a lot of fear out there. There's a lot of gray areas and things that and which are creating fear. And we do not create fear. Fear is not it's not an option. And I believe in your world and my world, it's not. We are believers and we are conservatives, and we want to bring to bear the facts and let you know there's information out there that will take away the fear and set you up for success for long term. Because again, 90% of America, that's huge. And that's who we are, and that's who you are. So we want you to stay tuned, and we'll be back with some more segments and some more facts to really keep you
We want to
going.
give this to you because this is what we're looking for.
This is where we sit in the same position you are. So anybody have anything else?
No?
We're looking forward to talking about it. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely. Stay tuned. Check out, it's going to be on YouTube, right?
And it's going to be going on our socials, LinkedIn, Facebook.
You can follow any of our stuff.
Follow,
You find it somewhere.
follow all of our socials at Red Earth Prod. Go check it out, LinkedIn, Facebook. Check out our YouTube for any of our other past stuff with the rep as well.
And if
So-
you have statistics or comments throughout all of this, please
Yes.
tell us.
Yeah.
We want to talk
Yes.
about it
We'd
and
love
hear
to
from
have
you,
a
voice these
conversation with you.
opinions.
Yeah, even if you disagree with us, we'd love to have a conversation.
We want to have
with
that
you, too.
conversation because we're still learning through all this too. We're learning something new every day as it changes.
Exactly.
So yes, please comment, reach out to us. That's what we're here for. And until we see you next time,
Remember to
give love, give life, give Jesus.